Hello dear students, welcome back again in the online class. Today we are going to continue same chapter environment and its balance with the topic environmental balance and natural resources. Let's start. Environmental balance. The relationship that exists between living and non-living things which helps living beings to survive on the earth is known as environmental balance. The environmental balance helps to continue life on the earth. We can see some figures here. This shows interrelationship between living and non-living things in the environment. We can see this figure here, the plant and these animals, they are living things, and sunlight, air and water, they are non-living things. And what is the relationship between them? We can see plants, it is getting sunlight and water from the soil, yes, and similarly from the air it is getting carbon dioxide, and oxygen released from the plant, it is being used by animal for respiration, and similarly plants, they are fed by animals, then they get nutrients from the plant, that is carbohydrates, and later on animals, they pass out excreta, and that excreta come and mix into the soil. And again, soil gets nutrients, and that means excreta of animals, they act as fertilizer in the soil. And again, further plants can grow there. In this way, the relationship is maintained in the environment. And now let us know what is importance of environmental balance. The interaction between living and non-living things of environment helps to continue life on the earth. If one aspect of environment is damaged, other aspect will be also affected. Some interrelationship between living and non-living components are given below. We can see here how living and non-living components of environment are interrelated. Yes, these grasses and this tree, it is grown on land. And here we can see plant produces food, and that is it contains carbohydrate, that is sugar. It is utilized by animals. It releases carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide is again used by plants. In this way, we can see the relationship between living and non-living component of the environment. Similarly here, a new plant, it is germinating from a seed, and for this it is using soil, land. So there is also relationship between living and non-living component of the environment. And here we can see further figure which shows relationship between living and non-living components of the environment. You can see here ecosystem. Ecosystem, it consists of living and non-living components and their interrelation. Here we can see in the figure different aquatic animals, they are using water for getting their habitat, and plants, they are growing on land. Yes, animals, they are also getting their shelter on land. In this way, there is relationship between air, land and water, and the ecosystem seems here it is in good condition. And now next we can see this figure here. This is called food web. We have studied producer, consumers and decomposer. Yes, they are biotic component of the environment. And here you can see these plants, berries and plantain, they act as producer. And producer, they are consumed by primary consumer like green fly, grasshopper, rabbit, they are primary consumers. And again, primary consumers, they are consumed by secondary consumers. We can see here, ladybird, it consumes green fly. If there is lack of one organism or producer or consumer there, the whole food web will be disturbed. And this figure also shows us here how the water, it is non-living thing. Yes, it is being used by living beings. You can see the animals and human beings, they are using same resources of water for drinking. From this figure, we can understand there is interrelationship between living and non-living thing in the environment, and it is essential in the nature to maintain balance. And that is only known as environmental balance. To continue life on the earth for a long time, there should be balance between these all components of the environment. Therefore, human beings should not carry out such activities on the earth which disturbs the interrelation maintained between living and non-living components of the environment. Now, another topic, natural resources. Yes, natural resources are also important component of environment, which are gift of nature formed by Earth's natural processes. All organisms, they depend on the natural resources for their survival, growth, and reproduction. You can see some examples of natural resources here: sun, forest, rock, minerals, animals, air, oil, water, soil. They are some important natural resources. And now, classification of natural resources. Natural resources can be classified on the basis of renewability. Let us see here, natural resources, it has been classified as renewable, non-renewable, and perpetual. Renewable means those natural resources which can be renewed again and again, or within such period of time it can be formed again, like air, water, soil, plants, and animals. And non-renewable are those natural resources which cannot be formed within a short period of time. They are in limited quantity in the nature. So we have to use them wisely, like petrol, diesel, gas, coal, metallic minerals. They are non-renewable natural resources. And the perpetual, it is never-ending natural resources, never-ending source of natural resources like solar energy, tides, winds, and biomass energy. Now, let us know some importance of natural resources. What are the importance of natural resources? Let's discuss them. Natural resources are important for all the living organisms. Why? Because they depend upon natural resources for survival on the earth. Some importance of natural resources are explained below. Air and water. We have studied air and water in the importance of environment also, and we studied air and water as a biotic component of environment also, yes. So this is not new for us. Let us know here air and water as natural resources. Animals require air for respiration and plants for photosynthesis. We already know this. And the ozone layer of atmosphere prevents ultraviolet rays reaching the Earth's surface. Similarly, human beings use water for drinking, irrigation, and hydroelectricity. We can see some figure here how air and water are important. Okay, you can see the first figure, photosynthesis. Yes, for green plants, it is very important. Sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, yes, they are being used from the air and water. That means there is uses of air and water for photosynthesis process. Similarly, ozone layer, it is one of the layer present in the atmosphere which blocks the harmful rays coming from the sun to the earth. And now next important natural resources is forest. Forest provides shelter for birds and animals. It provides habitat for all wildlife. Firewood, grass, timber, and fodder are utilized by human beings, which are obtained from forest. Similarly, forest protects watershed, control flood, landslide, and soil erosion. Forest also absorbs carbon dioxide from industries and purify environment. It also helps to balance the environment. Different herbs, plants, and plants part are used as medicine. They are also obtained from forest. We can see here in the first figure, different organisms, they are getting their habitat in the forest. Yes, they are getting shelter there, they are getting their food there, and different types of organisms, they are living in the same area. Yes, and here we can see some plants, like these different plants, they are also valuable plants which are obtained from forest. And next, and natural resources is land. Land is also equally important as other natural resources, and it is not new for us because we have already read this in the importance of environment, yes, and of IT component also we studied. So land, land provides shelter for living organisms, and plants get support and necessary nutrition from soil. Human beings grow different types of crops on the land. Human beings construct different structures like houses, roads, schools on the land. And you can see this figure already we have seen is how plants are grown on land and how different structures, infrastructures, they are built on land. And the next important natural resources is wildlife. All animals which are domesticated now were wild ones. Means domesticated animals nowadays like cows, buffaloes, they were also in wild state in the earlier days. And because of their benefits, like they gave milk, they give meat. Yes, for this purpose, people started to domesticate them. And wildlife adds beauty to nature and are the sources of recreation for people also. So many people like to visit different national parks and wildlife reserve for entertainment purpose also. And different animals products like eggs, meat, milk are obtained from domestic animals. And animals also provide leathers and wools. Some animals help in agriculture and transportation. We can see here how animals are used in agriculture and transportation. We can see here, yes, we love elephant riding. You can see people are riding in the elephant. And here you can see on this auction, they are being used for ploughing the land. That means it is used in agriculture. Okay. And next, mineral resources. Minerals are those natural resources which are metals and non-metals and occur on Earth's crust. Different metals like iron, copper, aluminium, and non-metals like sand, gravel, pebbles, they are used in constructional work. Different metals like gold, silver, platinum, and non-metal like diamond, different stone, they are used for making ornaments. It also helps in uplift of country's economic status. If a country is rich in its mineral resources, then obviously its economic status will be good. We can see some figure of mineral resources here: iron, copper, gold, and sandstone, quartz. These are some important mineral resources. Okay, in this way, today we studied environmental balance, its importance, and natural resources with importance of natural resources. Thank you. This much for today. See you in the next session. Bye bye.